Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. Today we will be looking at another Valorant character. This time we will be breaking down the abilities of YouTube Shorts Compilation 2020, otherwise known as Jett. Jett is one of the most iconic characters in Valorant. She is part of more highlight reels than any other character in the game, and for right reasons. She is one of the hypest, still one of the strongest characters in the game, and her ability to control the map is unbelievable, whether she is taking side or she's defending it. Now, as usual, we will be breaking down the abilities of as C, Q, E, and X. If you have changed your bindings or if you use different bindings, those abilities will be different for you, but to clarify what we will be doing, I'll be going through her smoke, her updraft, her dash, and her ultimate in that specific order. Notable Jett players are Poppin. Poppin is unironically Poppin in the community recently for creating one of the most annoying ways to peek an enemy. Obviously Tenz, and pretty much every pro player you can think of has played Jett at least once and has released at least one video. Notable Jett players from the past were Korean Jett. He made Jett one of the most iconic characters in the game with his ability to use movement and prod. Prod's movement is out of this world, and he makes this game look like it's way more aggressive than it actually is. So, to get started, we have Jett's C ability, her smoke. Her smoke travels a set distance in the air up until it stops, and it sets up for 4 seconds. However, if it collides with any surface, it will form the smoke on that surface. She has one of the most versatile smoking abilities in the game. While it doesn't last very long, it allows for the formation of very easy one-ways. She gets 2 charges that you have to buy, and they do not recharge upon kills or with a timer. Jett's smokes are very oppressive because they work very well in tandem with her E. In fact, I'm going to go on record and say that Jett, much like every other character in this game, has a kit that synergizes really well with her abilities. I remember on launch, a lot of people used to think that Jett was actually a very weak character, but then people figured out how to play her correctly, and she has been a strong S-tier character ever since. And the reason for that is her dash, and obviously we'll be breaking order in this video, but that's only because all Jett's abilities are actually centered around her dash. Jett's dash, now after the nerfs, requires a setup where she will glow, it will have a small sprite around the sides, and you will have a bar in the center, and you have up until the end of that bar to reactivate her dash in order to dash in whatever direction you are pressing your WASD key. This dash is very oppressive because it allows for plays where you just take a quick peek, shoot, and then dash away, meaning if executed correctly, you can get a kill, and then dash before you can be traded out. Next, Jett's dash ability is also very powerful because it can be used in tandem with a smoke. If you want to take space on a site, you just smoke out, dash into your smoke, and now the enemy cannot trade you because you have the entirety of the 4 seconds of your smoke to move around. Jett's ability is one of the strongest space-taking abilities in the game because it requires less skill for a very high reward when executed correctly. Next ability is Jett's updraft. She gets 2 of these every round, and much like the ability states, she just launches herself into the air a set distance. She can use this twice to get up higher, but in most cases the updraft will be used either pre-round to set up unexpected open angles that Jett thrives with, or it will be used to throw off enemies that are holding a corner by updrafting and then dashing behind them just to get a free kill. I don't really know if the ability has been changed that much. As far as I'm aware, it's exactly the same. I will say that using a second updraft after the first one will give you less of a boost than just using one to get to a specific area and then using it again to get a bit more height. Obviously, if you've got setups for kills that you can get, one thing you can do is use her ultimate with the updraft, and this is what I mean, where her entire kit synergizes very well. On specific maps, there are super jumps you can execute. Don't do these will get you banned, but when executed correctly, you can use Jett's updrafts to get height, and then use her daggers as they have infinite accuracy. So, with that transition, well, let's talk about Jett's ultimate, one of the best kill ultimates in the game, and one of the strongest abilities when someone with very good aim has it at their disposal. Jett is completely accurate whilst in her ultimate, no matter how far she's going, her position in the air, or whether she's walking backwards, forwards, side to side, whether she's dashing, she will be completely accurate on whatever her crosshair is pointing at. This makes her ultimate very scary to deal with at ranges because you have to stand still to shoot, but the Jett player does not. As well as her ultimate ability also has a shotgun feature. Think of it as a very overpowered classic, where your left click is just a single fire of the daggers, and your right click is a shotgun shot, with a pretty generous spread, all things considered. Like, that would get you a kill. From about this distance, that won't get you a kill, but that will. Obviously, you want to use the shotgun as close as possible to ensure all daggers land. Another thing that should be noted is actually a left click shot from Jett will always deal 150, but if you right click hit a dagger, it won't actually kill anyone unless you hit it. That's odd. From what I remember, you need to have, like, your left click deals more damage than your right click, but apparently I am wrong. It's quite odd, actually. Okay, moving on. Ignore the fact that I'm wrong. I guess I learned something today. Let's talk about how you counter Jett. Jett is a very high-risk, high-reward character in the sense that she has to open space for her team every single time. And if the Jett does the smoke dash every round, you just have to expect it by playing in areas where you think she will dash. Jett is also very easily countered by guns like the Phantom, the Spectre, the Ghost, and anything else that is silent, because whilst in her smoke, she will not be able to see bullet traces as you are spraying. So, if you know the Jett player likes to smoke and dash onto site, just have your Phantom gun or even your Vandal, anything ready to spray into the smoke. It should be noted that Jett's model will actually be seen dashing, which means that when she's in the smoke, you can see it walk into the smoke and predict the direction she's going to move in next. Another way to counter Jett is the sort of, and this is going to make very little sense to most people, but think of her as like a sort of mosquito, right? So the best example I can give you is if me and my teammate are playing site, my teammate is playing here, and I am playing here. I am obviously going to be, well, let's say my teammate is there. I'm obviously going to be closer to the Jett. If the Jett comes here, pushes side, smokes off, and dashes, I don't need to turn around to deal with the Jett. I can ignore her and prevent enemies from using her aggressive play to take space by killing them, while my teammate deals with the Jett. Now, in this instance, if the Jett pushes me and kills me, then my teammate can trade me out because of the angle they are holding. If the Jett pushes my teammate, I can kill whoever is trying to use her distraction to push onto site, and then switch my focus towards the Jett. Jett is very much the fly of this game. If left alone, she can deal a lot of damage, and if her position is unknown, she can also be very annoying to deal with. However, once you know the fly's tricks, it will be very easy to take care of her. As with Jett's updraft, you have to keep in mind that unless Jett has her ultimate out, she is not accurate in the air. That is very difficult to believe when I just hit 4 shots around body level, but she is not accurate whilst in the air unless she is at point blank range, so use Jett's updraft opportunities to shoot her down. As well as, if the Jett does have her ultimate out, when she updrafts, she has to put the ultimate away for a split second. So if the Jett is updrafting and trying to get to you, just shoot her while she's in the updraft animations, and she won't have time to react. Anything else to note? It requires 2 kills to recharge her the Jett's dash, meaning that if she uses her dash to peek shoot and does not get a kill with it, then her dash is not available unless she kills 2 people, meaning she is a significantly weaker character without it. That being said, she also has her regular skill at her disposal when it comes to her smokes and her updrafts that can take space. And her ultimate, whilst not as good as it once was, because it doesn't reset upon right clicks, is still a very oppressive ability when it comes to actually pushing a site and killing people. Once you get to a high elo, it will seem like the Jett player does not miss with the ultimate, and trust me, it is not a good feeling to die to it. I can't really think of anything else at the moment that I can say to counter Jett. She is a very simple character with a high skill ceiling that when executed correctly can be devastating. So once again, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any other tips and tricks in the comments, if you have any other tips and tricks, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. Write a comment to let me know if you're enjoying the content, if you think there's anything I need to do different, and yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.